You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast. You can find this channel on Twitter, Gap.ai, BitChute, and Minds.com. This is a Real American Patriot channel for Real American Patriot. If you're not a Real American Patriot, please exit the channel. Furthermore, we are not sponsored by any outside interference. That means we're unscripted, unrehearsed, and unedited. With that being said, transmission will commence momentarily.
How you guys doing? Welcome to the HighlyEvolvedPodcast. Thank you for joining us. My name is Safan. I'm your host. Join us, find us on BitChute, Minds.com, Twitter, and Gap.com. Most importantly, like, share, and subscribe on YouTube because we're writing this until the wheel fall off. On that note, let's start the show. This program, I want to bring you an article on the Daily Caller about what's going on in the Mexico release a detail on this immigration deal with Trump. All right, I hadn't read this, so let's read this together. All right. And this is going to be my first reaction to what's going to be in this thing. All right. Mexico released the detail of immigration deal with Trump, according to the Daily Caller. The Mexican government released the detail of the side agreement it's made with Trump administration, pledging to take on additional measures to stop flow of immigration reaching the United States borders. The detailed side agreement comes after the White House and Mexico reached a sweeping immigration deal on June 7th in return for the United States not imposing 5% tariff on all Mexican product. Mexican government will deploy 6,000 troops, National Guard troops, and its southern borders in Guatemala and allowing more than U.S. asylum seekers to stay within the country of Mexico. Donald Trump told the media at the time Mexico had agreed to additional terms, but he would allow the government to release the information of their discretion. Here's the agreement, a very simple agreement, Trump said to reporters on Tuesday, waving the folding piece of paper. This is one paper, a very long and very good agreement on both Mexico and the United States. Mexico has now revealed what's inside the piece. All right, this is what's going on in the piece. You guys can read that. All right, I'm not gonna read that to you. Okay. A supplementary agreement in the state that if the United States deemed it after 45 days of a joint declaration that Mexico have still not significantly managed the illegal immigration crisis, Mexico will take a necessary step under domestic laws to bring agreement into force. Additionally, the side agreement revealed that Mexico has left the door open to becoming a safe third world country, an option that the government had adamantly opposed before the state of the negotiation. Safe third country mandated that migrants must seek asylum in the country that they first enter. For example, Guatemala, migrant head north of the United States, would be required to seek asylum in Mexico and would be immediately deported back to Mexico if they tried to enter the United States. That's good. Before the detail was a signed agreement were released, Trump alluded the harsh phase 2 of Mexico didn't adequately manage the illegal immigration crisis. If Mexico does a good job, then they're not going to have a very many people coming up. If they don't, then we have a phase 2. Phase 2 is very tough, but I think they're going to do a good job, President said on Wednesday. All right, phase 2 meaning we're going to stomp their face and they won't listen to us. That's what phase 2 means. Phase 2, we're imposing the tariff again. All right, these people need harsh discipline. All right, it's like a bad child who always get what they want, and then they don't know how to react when they enter the real world and they become spoiled. They become entitled to everything. That's what happened to spoiled kids, right? That's what happened to spoiled kids. They grow up to be entitled. All right, that's a bunch of these parents that don't know how to take care of their kids. They spoil them. Then when they're spoiled, they feel entitled. Then when they feel entitled, they feel like they're this SJW. That's what these SJW are. They're entitled brats. All right, these people who fight for social justice, stop doing that. Like, why would you worry about your own life first before you try to fight for somebody else's life? Right? It don't make no sense. But I think this is heading a good start. Right? And they finally read. Let's read in the detailed. in the what's that? In a reference to the Justice Declaration of the Government of the United States and Mexico of June 7, 2019, the party agreed to following measures to address the current situation in the southern borders of the United States. The United States and Mexico will immediately begin discussing to establish a definitive terms for a border bilateral agreement on further addressing burden sharing and the assignment of responsibility to process the refugee status claiming immigrants. At a minimum, such agreement would include consistent with each party domestic and international legal obligations, a commitment under which each party would accept the return and process refugee status claim the third party national who have crossed the party territory to arrive in a port of entry between the port of entry and the other party, meaning that they had to, when they crossed the port of entry in Mexico, they had to stay there. Right? The party further intended for such agreement to part of the region approaches of a burden sharing the relationship of the process of refugee status claiming the migrants. We just went over this. Yeah, they have to seek refugee status in the first country they cross, right, which is Mexico, right? Mexico also commit to immediately begin examining domestic laws and regulation with a views of identifying any charges that may be necessary to bring to force and implement such as an agreement. If the United States determined that the discretion of the consultation with Mexico after 45 calendar days for the days of the issuance of the joint declaration that the measures adopted by the government of Mexico pursuant to the joint declaration have not significantly achieved results as in addressing the flow of migrants in the southern borders of the United States, the government of Mexico will take necessary steps under domestic laws to bring agreement into the force with a view of ensuring that the agreement will enter the framework within 45 days, right? They got 45 days to do it. So if they fail to do it within 45 days, we can go back to our old saying, tariff these people. So they got 45 days to show whether they are keeping their words or not. All right, there you go. That's the agreement. All right, so basically it's saying that they have to let these people stay in Mexico. If they come from the southern borders, Guatemala, Ecuador, El Salvador, whatever that country is, and the first border that they cross, which is Mexico, they have to stay there. They can't let them just keep crossing Mexico all the way to the United States. If not, we're going to stomp their face in, right? But let me know you agree. You think this is a good deal that Trump did? You think this is the right step? At least it's doing something, right? Let me know you agree. Let me know your opinion, right? Because of what I'm saying, because of what I'm reporting, YouTube don't want to monetize my channel. That means an unscripted, unrehearsed, unedited. That means I can say whatever I want without being interfered with outside interference, right? Because of that, I'm not taking any donation because the point of this channel is to wake people up, to make people question, right? But if you want to support me, you can like, share, subscribe on my YouTube channel, all right? Because when you like, share, subscribe, it encourages me to make more videos. When I'm encouraged to make more videos, I would saturate YouTube algorithm. When I saturate YouTube algorithm, I'll make it more available to the masses, and that's the point of the channel, is to make the masses question authority, question people, right? And yeah, if you like what I do, just like, share, subscribe. On that note, guys, I know your time is very precious, and I'm trying to waste your time. Thanks for listening to HighlyEvolvedPodcast. I'm your host, Safan, and on that note, guys, I'm checking out. Peace.